Yes, people, good morning. What's going on? Welcome back to Stretford Paddock. I am Adam Mckola. This is your daily Manchester United news, and we've got lots to get stuck into today because not only the Kylian Mbappe set the world of football alight, saying that he wants to leave Paris Saint-Germain in January, but also news relating to Manchester United. Sir Jim Ratcliffe came out and said he had an approach to buy the club rebuffed, and the Glazers seemingly do not want to sell. We'll be getting stuck into all of that, but before we do, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, please, guys. We've got so much content coming up for you guys, not only this week but just all the time. Obviously, we got the Ammonia game, the Newcastle game. We'll be preparing for those, and we'll be releasing the reaction and the watch-alongs and everything surrounding that. We've also got plenty more coming, so make sure you keep it locked. Get hitting that subscribe button, so then you'll get little bits like the overlap that we did yesterday with Gary Neville and loads of other Premier League football fans as well, right in your notifications. So get hitting subscribe, get the notifications on, and we'll get stuck into this news right now. As well as we hear, Sir Jim Ratcliffe has played down the prospect of making a bid for Man United, saying the Glazers do not want to sell and he can't sit around hoping the club will one day become available. Disappointing news for Manchester United fans to hear. Obviously, this was a guy that we hoped would come forward and buy the club and rescue us out of the hands of the Glazers. Now, that doesn't mean all hope is lost, but it doesn't sound good, does it? And he's been speaking at a Financial Times Live conference, and the billionaire chairman of Ineos admitted he had been interested in acquiring United in August after failing to buy Chelsea in the summer. But speaking at the FT Live conference, Ratcliffe suggested he was now more focused on making Nice a serious player in League One than buying United. He said, "I'm a lifelong Manchester United fan, and I was there in the most remarkable match in '99 in Barcelona, which is deeply etched in my mind. Manchester United is owned by the Glazer family. I met Joel and Avram, and they are the nicest people," he said. "They are gentlemen and they don't want to sell, and it's owned by the children of the father and they don't want to sell. If it had been for sale in the summer, yes, we probably would have had a goal following on from the Chelsea thing, but we can't sit around hoping that one day Manchester United will become available." He said, "Football is the most popular sport in the world and it's the sport closest to us, so we should have an asset." However, when asked whether it could be in the Premier League, he replied, "Well, not a Premier League, a Premier club. I think Nice has got a very interesting history. It's an old club and an attractive place for footballers as there is a Californian climate down there." When Chelsea came up for sale, the three bidders were all American financial institutions, so they were looking at Chelsea as a financial asset, whereas we looked at it as a community asset. So our view was that had we bought Chelsea, we would never have owned Chelsea. We would just have been the custodians for a period of time. It's like St. Paul's Cathedral is part of the community and you shouldn't treat it as a financial asset. And interestingly, they can't invest in the major clubs in America because America doesn't allow venture capitalists to buy sport clubs in America. So they come over to the UK and they buy ours. Now, there were some bits in there where he's really kind about the Glazers, and some people have lost their heads about that. And I mean, in order to keep any potential avenues for negotiations and to make any potential deal that he wants to happen to buy Manchester United, he has to keep those guys on side and sweet, because if you force those guys away from the negotiation table potentially, then you are obviously losing your opportunity to buy the club. Now, it seems like the Glazers aren't shifting, or they're potentially playing hardball, hoping that someone comes in with a huge offer that they can't refuse. Either way, Jim Ratcliffe has now come out and said this. Why is he saying this? Is he saying it because he seriously is no longer interested? He is just going to focus on Nice? Or is he saying it because he wants Manchester United fans to know what's going on and to continue to put the pressure on the Glazers? Now, I can only hope it's the latter, but that's me as a football fan trying to remain optimistic, trying to remain, hopeful that Manchester United could one day end up out of the hands of these Glazers. The Glazers have held on to the football club for an awfully long time. It's been their cash cow. They've milked us and milked us and milked us. Now, you do feel that eventually that well will run dry, but it's showing no signs of letting up. There's always Premier League money. Obviously, United need to be successful to create more money, but these guys have been creaming off the top, for God knows how long. So it's been financially successful to them you know, to them. I'm not saying they've been financially successful themselves out of this deal. So it's going to be very, very difficult for them to let go of that without a huge offer coming in, especially when you consider they took the club for pretty much nothing. They leveraged all the debt onto the club. And yeah, it looks like we're just stuck with them, man. But hopefully the fans continue to keep the pressure up, and one day we get rid of these clowns, man. Oh, make me sick. Make me absolutely sick. Just so you guys know as well, we've got a little documentary coming up on the Glazers. We know that a lot of Manchester United fans are aware of them already, but it's something that we've put together. So make sure you're keeping your eyes and ears peeled for that. Of course, as well, Manchester United are in action on Thursday. Tomorrow we'll be hearing from Erik ten Hag a little later on in terms of the press conference ahead of that game. So make sure you're keeping it locked for that and the preview and all those kind of things. Kylian Mbappe, though, I know it's not really concerning Manchester United because it doesn't feel like Manchester United would ever be making a bid for him. We can't offer him Champions League football, etc. And you do start to ask yourself, is he worth the hassle? Like, we saw this guy sign a huge contract in the summer. He's a couple of months into that now. He rejected Real Madrid. He pretty much got everything he wanted, everything his heart's desired. And now he's just not happy. He's not being played in the right position. I thought Thierry Henry's comments on it were very, very interesting. You've almost got to just play for the team. And when a player like Thierry Henry, who for me was twice the player Kylian Mbappe has been, is able to do that, or when you look at someone like Wayne Rooney, who's able to sacrifice himself for the overall success of a team, you know, look what he did in 08, etc. You just find it mad that these little snotty-nosed brats just can't be bothered to just play in a position. Now, obviously, you don't want to play out of position the whole time, obviously. But why are you kicking up a fuss? You get well paid. You know, you're pretty much the boss there. Like, why are you kicking up this fuss in the middle of the season on the day of a Champions League game? It's all just remarkable to me. And whilst he's an amazing player, I don't know if we were offered the opportunity, which I don't think we would be, I would reject it. As good as he is, man. As good as he is he worth that headache? Oh, you're not playing in my position. I want to leave. Pathetic. Pathetic. But yeah, let us know your thoughts on Mbappe. The Sir Jim Ratcliffe stuff. Obviously, it's a bit disappointing to hear that kind of stuff. And let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're keeping it liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And as I said, we've got plenty more coming your way. Until next time, I've been Adam Mckola. I'm out of here.